Let's take a look at the market for a Volkswagen Golf GTI, specifically a 2018. For those that don't know, I'm Craig, and my brother and I built this site because we just got frustrated with how the other sites are set up. I love the Golf. I owned a Mark 7.5 Golf R, a 7 Golf R, and a Mark 5 Rabbit. These cars are just great. When I'm looking at the market for 2018, I'm looking at availability, spec, market velocity, and budget. Starting off with availability. I have it set up to 100,000 miles here because I think there's good amount of availability for us to go on the lower end of the mileage side. 3 months ago versus today, we're seeing a bit more availability in market, which makes it easier for us to find the spec that we want. Next, when we look at budget, for me, I'm looking at these trims. It's $1,000 difference between the lowest spec trim and the highest spec trim of Autobahn. So personally, I'm going Autobahn all the way. Next, when we look at, say, average days for sale, the difference here between 3 months ago versus today is it's very similar story with these Autobahns. They don't sit on lots for very long. Next, in spec, we have to choose between automatic or manual, DSG or manual. I'm personally going with DSG. Makes it easier for commuting, but if you want that manual, go for the third pedal. When I'm looking at the market for this, I'm going to dial out the outliers here in miles to focus on meat of market. And this is, there's just not a lot of these out there, but this would be the listing that I would start with. And we look at the listing in particular, and we look at the leaderboard, it's only number 5 on the leaderboard. And we go to exact, say, trim version, which would be DSG Golf or DSG GTI Autobahn. It's number 1 on the board because here are these that are a bit more expensive with 4,000 less miles and then 10,000 less miles for 2 to say 3 grand respectively. I'm going with this listing to start all the way. Thanks so much for the comment. Hope this helps.